Hi guys, I'm Mike and this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back guys to another weekly news show where we round up all the latest news and topics in the F1 world. And it has been a fairly busy week in the news, not least for the big announcement that Alexander Albon will retain the Red Bull seat for 2020 and Toro Rosso / AlphaTauri next year will be Gasly and Daniel Kvyat. But we're going to go in and cover some more points overall and finish off with that story last. Don't forget guys, if you are new around here, you can subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification and you can keep up to date with all our latest content just like this video. But let's get into the news. So the first story that we're going to start off with is that F1 made the announcement that by 2030 they are going to be zero emissions. They're going to be carbon neutral by 2030, and I think with the emergence of Formula E and obviously the environment just in general being a massive topic in the world, I think this is something that F1 needed to take a step towards. But obviously with their hybrid engines, they were already being pretty efficient. I think the thermal energy they burn off is 50% compared to the 30% of a normal road car. So obviously 20% better there, but it is the most efficient engine out there, and obviously with the manufacturers that translates down into their actual road cars as well. So that is a positive, and they already are having a positive impact on the environment, but obviously they're looking to step to improve this even further. By 2025 they're looking to make all their events sustainable, so that's getting rid of kind of the single-use plastics and everything surrounding that. And yeah, by 2030 that's kind of on-track and off-track events, they're looking to get zero emissions, which means that they're trying to kind of look at the way they travel. I know it's a big criticism of F1 a lot that the calendar doesn't make sense in terms of the routes they make. They're going to cluster them all together in terms of what makes logistically the most sense and improve things that way. But this is a positive. This is something that they needed to do and they're going in the right direction. So thumbs up from me F1 on that one. Next up we will talk about the man Toto Wolff. He won't actually be at the Brazilian Grand Prix this weekend, which will be the first Grand Prix he has missed since 2013. I think just needing a break from things, understandably so. Drivers and Constructors Championships are already sewn up, but you know, he will be a miss in the paddock because we do usually look forward to some form of Toto entertainment and his insight over the course of an F1 weekend. Also, he was talking in the news this week about it is likely but not guaranteed that Mercedes will continue in F1 past 2021. For me, I think this is just mind games. Maybe if it gets to the stage where they've won the next 2 years, so that would be 8 consecutive drivers and constructors championships, and Lewis Hamilton, if they do that, would have probably secured 8 drivers world championships, beating Michael Schumacher's record. I can maybe see them stepping back and going, right, we're going out on top, we're going to now go and focus our efforts on Formula E and try and dominate that version of Formula Sport. But for me, I feel it's just kind of mind games. I feel Mercedes are in it for the long run here. I do kind of feel they will extend their stay beyond 2021. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below on that one. Looking ahead to this weekend, Charles Leclerc is going to have a grid penalty. It's at least a 5-place grid penalty, if not a 10-place grid penalty, replacing components on his engine. Obviously, he had to use an old engine after the oil leak in FP3 in Austin. But yes, he's going to have to replace that engine. Not spec 4 parts, he's going to be doing it with spec 3 parts, which I think is the most recent update on Ferrari. I don't think they have brought a spec 4 to their engine upgrade this year. So yes, Leclerc going to be fighting from the back there. Well, not the back, but you know what I mean. He's going to be fighting further down the field than he would have liked or expected to. And then sticking on the Ferrari topic with, what should we call it, Cheatgate, with Max Verstappen obviously after the US Grand Prix accusing Ferrari of cheating. Sebastian Vettel has had his say, not being entirely happy with it. He said that the comments from Max Verstappen were not professional or mature. So he wasn't very happy with that. And again, like Binotto explained, the reasoning with it was a change in setup that they were running on the car, in terms of running a higher downforce setup, trying to, they were saying that they gained a lot of speed on their opponents all year on the straight, but were losing out in the corners, went for that higher downforce setup. Obviously they didn't have as much as a straight line speed advantage, and obviously were keeping close, they weren't losing as much time to their opponents in the corners. So we will all see how this plays out. Everyone will be watching with eager eyes to see Ferrari's performance. I think they even said that they were reverting back to a set. I don't know if that is just purely to kind of squash these rumours and yeah, write it off, so using their straight line advantage again. We'll see. Brazil is a quick circuit, so you certainly want a speed advantage there if you can have it. And now guys, moving on to the main story of the week for me, which was the story that Red Bull have retained Alex Albon in that seat, and AlphaTauri, or Toro Rosso as we currently know them, Gasly and Kvyat have got their seats for next year in the Red Bull and Toro Rosso respectively. I'm just going to say what they said on it before giving my opinion on this news from this week. So first up we have Alexander Albon, and he said, "I'm really excited to be partnering Max again for next year, and I know how fortunate I am to be given this opportunity. I'm hugely thankful that Red Bull have put their trust in me and believed in my results since I joined the team, and for them to keep me in the car next year is a big deal. This year has been an incredible year for me, and getting the call up to Red Bull mid-season was already a big step. So now I will use the learnings from this season and use the experience to improve and fight at the front in 2020. Pierre Gasly on the situation said, "I'm really happy to continue with Toro Rosso for 2020. We have exciting challenges ahead of us. Toro Rosso has always been giving me the best chances to perform every season, and I'm super motivated and dedicated to give the team back with the best results possible." And then Daniel Kvyat said, "We've achieved great things together, like our podium this year in Germany, so I hope to deliver a very strong season again for this team next year. I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue in F1, and I will give it my all to show the best possible performances next year." So for me, I think this is the right decision. Alexander Albon has well and truly earned his place in that Red Bull seat. His performances from the summer has been everything that Red Bull wanted. He's maximised the results that he could get. I wasn't expecting in his rookie year to be then going and competing with the Mercs and Ferrari, although he has generally been closer to them than he has the midfield, other than obviously if he's had to start from the back and fight his way through the field. Yeah, I think he's done a really incredible job in the Red Bull for this second half of the season, and he has more than earned his opportunity to give a full season with pre-season testing in that Red Bull and see what he can really do next year, and see whether him and Max can push that team forward and be competing more with Mercedes and Ferrari, where they have dropped off in this second half of the season. For Pierre Gasly and Daniel Kvyat, for me, Gasly is the happy one out of the two. Toro Rosso is where in F1 he has performed well in his entirety of his career, had a great rookie season with them in 2018, and in the second half of the season he has been Pierre reborn after a torrid first half of the season with Red Bull. I think he feels really refreshed, he wants to do a really good season next year, and I think for both of them they will be looking for other teams in the midfield in the 2021 era, so it will be a really good chance, a platform for him to develop and push on and kick on. For Daniel Kvyat, I think he is going to be the most disappointed out of the three, and I think that is shown in his performances recently. He feels probably he's had to do something exceptional to give himself any sort of a chance of getting that Red Bull seat. In the first half of the season, him getting overlooked, I do feel a bit sorry for Daniel Kvyat, because I do think he's had a very consistent and a great return to F1 considering there. But with next year, I think it is going to be his sixth season starting at Toro Rosso. It is certainly a kind of stagnation year for him. He will be certainly looking to kick on his career, and he 100% will be looking to use that as a year, as a platform to find a new team for 2021, because both, I imagine, new Red Bull juniors will be getting promoted into the side in 2021, whether that is one or two, and if it is one, I imagine Pierre Gasly is the one who would be more likely to stay rather than Daniel Kvyat. But guys, that is my thoughts on the news. That is the news kind of roundup for this week. Let us know in the comments below on what you think of the stories. Do you think Mercedes are likely to pull out in 2021? What do you make of F1 going zero emissions by 2030? Do you think they can achieve it? Also, what do you think of Cheatgate still? Do you think it was just a setup difference like Vettel said? Or do you still kind of look ahead to this Grand Prix with suspect that Ferrari are potentially cheating? All teams are putting themselves always to the edge, and Ferrari are no different. Have they crossed a line in this situation? And the big one, guys, do you think Alexander Albon deserves the Red Bull seat? I massively do. I think he's had a great rookie season. Really impressed with how he's been and excited to see how his career kicks on and develops. If you've liked this video, don't forget you can give it a thumbs up, and if you are new around here, like I said, you can subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification, and you can keep up to date with all our latest content with more videos just like this. And obviously we'll be coming with our live reaction videos from qualifying and race over the course of the weekend. But for now, you F1 fans, keep racing!